You had a very solvent lender. I think there's a red line out there that no matter how likely it was that you were going to be repaid, if you get above a certain amount, the service isn't going to like it. I mean, you hear people say 20% is okay, 20 to 30 is getting a little more aggressive, and 30 to 50 is very aggressive, and 50% is a red line. Again.
But nobody knows.
Yeah,
we don't.
You know, particularly in today's environment, you know, why poke the man in the eye? You know, there's not really much authority out there one way or the other. You did find, there is a recent ruling that was favorable, and it's in earlier slides where it says at the very end, we are not guaranteeing that this is the answer if you have loan backs. It says it a little more articulately than that. Cascading of excise tax, we talked about that in detail this morning. If anybody has any questions? Let's see, this is your 3115. Do you want to do that one?
Yeah, we can do that real quick.
Okay.
We had a situation where we had an operating company was paying premiums into their wholly owned captive. It was represented that they had sufficient third-party business in there. When we looked closer at it, this is one we had picked up as a client. It wasn't when we started. It turned out that there was not sufficient third-party coverage in there. It was basically just the parent organization writing in the captive. And as we've talked about all afternoon, we all know that's a bad thing. That would make that not be an insurance company. So what we decided to do is we went to the service with something called a change in accounting method. You know, we had been doing this method of treating this as an insurance company for a long period of time. So we had established a method of accounting, the method of accounting being insurance. On the other side, the operating company had a method of accounting of deducting the payments to the captive as premium deductions. So we went to the service with a dual change in accounting method of asking them to say that the premium payments paid in were non-deductible, therefore we're going to have income equal to the cumulative amount of premiums we paid in less the losses that had been paid out previous to that. And under Section 481A, we would have gotten a 4-year spread of that amount of income. So let's say we had $1 million of premiums we paid in. We'd have picked up $250,000 a year for the next 4 years. The service is then precluded from going into that operating company and saying, you know, your insurance company's not an insurance company. Therefore, your premiums are not deductible. We're going to hit you with penalties, interest, et cetera. By following the change in method being voluntary, because we have a voluntary system of taxation, we would have gotten those types of things. You laugh. Come on now, guys. We would have gotten that spread. Now, on the flip side, we also did the same thing on the insurance company so that we could reverse all the aspects of the insurance company out as well. It turned out that on the insurance company side, when we got rid of all the premiums and got rid of the losses, we had a big deduction. Well, guess what? Deductions are deductible immediately under Section 481. So we were able to create this NOL and carry it back. So it actually worked out really well. But what happened is when it got to the Internal Revenue Service, even though we had requested these related party entities be treated as one and looked at in conjunction with each other so we could make sure we got the right income, expense, and all those pieces put together, the service looked at it and said, no, this one's going over here and this one's going over here. Now, we heard Chaz say a minute ago that